U.S. President Donald Trump has announced fresh tariffs on 60 trading partners. Tariffs have been imposed on nations including India, China, the United Kingdom, Japan, and the European Union. Trump's tariffs range from 10% to 12.5%. The latest measures are aimed at addressing forced labor in global supply chains and encouraging trading partners to strengthen enforcement of import restrictions. India would reportedly be charged a lower tariff on its exports to the United States than China under a new U.S. trade framework. While Beijing would be charged a 12.5% duty, India's goods would face only 10% tariffs. But why both nations face different tariff slabs in the U.S.? India avoided higher tariffs from the U.S. after it introduced policy changes to restrict imports linked to forced labor. Indian government amended the foreign trade policy that restricted imports of goods produced wholly or partly using forced labor following an investigation. The revised policy also adopted the International Labor Organization's definition of forced labor. The decision gave New Delhi a relative tariff advantage over China. Earlier, the White House said that economies that have enacted or committed to enforcing restrictions on imports produced using forced labor qualify for the lower 10% tariff rate. Washington placed India, Sri Lanka, and the European Union in the category. China, on the other hand, has not enacted comparable restrictions on imports produced using forced labor. Japan, China, Australia, and Brazil are among the countries that would be imposed with a higher tariff. However, the 2.5 percentage point difference is unlikely to eliminate the broader trade and market challenges faced by Indian exporters. However, the new tariff can only provide Indian exporters with a modest advantage over Chinese competitors, where both nations compete directly in the U.S. market. Meanwhile, the new tariff does not cover all the import items in the U.S. Products covered by the U.S.-Mexico-Canada agreement, oil and gas, fertilizers, and certain food items have been exempted. Announcement of the new tariffs comes as the U.S. and India are locked in a negotiation for a new trade deal. External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar met U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio in Manila on the sidelines of the ASEAN summit in Manila. U.S. State Department, after the meeting, in a statement said that the proposed agreement was almost complete. The proposed trade deal between India and the U.S. would cover energy, defense, critical minerals, and artificial intelligence. Until the agreement is concluded, Indian exports will continue to face the new 10% tariff, subject to product-specific exemptions.
If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to Mirror Now.